Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Playing the Field with Shakes. My name is Shakes Betty. Welcome back to my channel. Really want to take this time to say thank you guys so much. I'll always thank you guys. I think that I'll always be grateful for in terms of you guys having to show up in the way that you're showing up. Please keep subscribing. Please keep commenting, engaging. I'm seeing all of your comments. And one thing I'll always guarantee you guys is the wheels will not stop. We are here till the end. We keep rolling, we keep doing, we just keeping. That's all we do. We just keep on keeping. That's it. So what a week it's been, guys. What a week it has been. We had performance analysts and WhatsApps and pictures, Nedbank Cup draw. It's been rough, eh? It's been crazy. But there's never a dull day in South African football. We had one more thing that happened this week as well. Something that I was like, okay, it's probably worth having to share my thoughts regarding this one. So recently, Kaizer Chiefs had a sort of they renewed their partnership with Carling Black Label. They had an event for it, and it was really great to sort of see like, okay, cool, Kaizer Chiefs. Just from a marketing aspect, I mean, just come down. I have massive respect for that woman. Even when I met her, I was just like, man, the humbleness that she shows, just even in terms of what the achievements Chiefs have done from a marketing aspect. So to sort of get this one as well on board has been crazy. Also, by the way, just to add, we've had tickets sell out in hours. In a matter of hours, talking about the Soweto Derby, it's done. Looks like it's a wrap. So that's kind of crazy. So a lot's happening within South African football. That's happening. But at that whole thing that happened with Chiefs and Carling Black Label launch or whatever you would say it was, that was not the thing that sort of stuck out. That was not the thing that sort of made the rounds on social media. That was not the thing that was making noise about social media. What actually stood out was the fact that 16V, Doctor Khumalo, the legendary player, the South African footballing legend, the Kaizer Chiefs legend, Bafana legend. I mean, he's for days, without a shadow of a doubt, what he actually said to the media after the whole thing. It looked like after the whole thing was done, he was speaking to media, and what he said was what stood out. And when he was speaking to media, he was speaking about the impact of social media, speaking about Kaizer Chiefs and the brand with Carling Black Label, speaking about the fans, speaking about I think Mdu Shabalala as well. And it was like kind of interesting in terms of what was happening there. And the big quote that sort of stuck out, that got tongues wagging, that got everybody speaking about, is what he was saying with regards to when he was asked, should teams be taking advantage of the fact that where Mamelodi Sundowns are at this current moment. And one of the quotes that he said, I've actually got it here. I just want to be able to open it. One of the quotes that he said was, it's coming up now. Just give me some time. It's coming up now. It's coming up now. Great. So this is what he said. He said, it's okay to pose it in that fashion, that teams must take advantage of Mamelodi Sundowns in the situation they're in. But what I would want to see is any team in the PSL to challenge Mamelodi Sundowns without problems. Why do you have to wait for them to be crippled? Then you take advantage of that. When they're not at their best, then you want to say, you are the best, and you beat Mamelodi Sundowns. And now I got a lot of people talking and like, what? This and that. And I sort of asked myself, is Dr. Khumalo right? And before I sort of get into it, I just really want to say I've got massive respect for this man. I've met him. I met him at a spa. I took a picture with him, which I've actually got the picture too as well. He's spoken about the fact that my content on TikTok too. And yeah, he's a football legend. One of the greatest things I did was actually to watch his documentary and realize, wow, how massive he was, because I was quite young at that time in terms of sort of his prime years, you would probably would say. So he's been a legend to South African football, someone that I massively respect. But let's get into sort of that quote when he said that, right? The parts that I certainly agree with Dr. Khumalo, right? Because he was also talking about the fact that we don't want to lose Mamelodi Sundowns and the impact that they've had. And in terms of the players too that they've brought up and everything, right? I agree with the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns in probably the last decade have raised the standard of South African football. They were definitely the team to sort of raise the standard in terms of where they need to be. The fact that they won a CAF Champions League within the 10 years as well. They've won the CAF Champions League. They've remained competitive within the CAF Champions League in terms of having to be at the knockouts constantly all the time and having to see them in that realm, even to a place that you just saw teams on the continent starting to respect Mamelodi Sundowns in the way that they played. They played very differently when Mamelodi Sundowns showed up to town, but Sundowns gained that respect with a Pito, with a Rulani, with a Mangoba, with a I guess Miguel Cardozo, who reached the final recently as well. But there was a level of like respect that they showed to them. You look at the two World Cups that Mamelodi Sundowns participated in. If I'm correct, they're the only South African side to have participated in a Club World Cup. And the second one that they had, yes, they got knocked out of the group stages, but there was a good impression they left. And you saw videos of other people in other countries speaking about Mamelodi Sundowns and the way that they're playing. So they've actually put South Africa on a very good map. The impact that they had with the Bafana squad that went and finished bronze medal at the AFCON, you can't deny the influence that Mamelodi Sundowns had within that team, winning 8 league titles in a row. You can't take that away. So yes, we don't want to lose Mamelodi Sundowns in that aspect. That's for sure. But there's a but. There's a but. There's a but. Yeah, there's a but from my side, from me. And what I disagree with, because there's parts that I do disagree with, is when he speaks about the fact that, teams challenging Mamelodi Sundowns now that they are crippled, and you are going to claim that you're the best when you challenge Mamelodi Sundowns now that they are crippled. I think that's unfair on other teams. I think that's unfair to sort of put it that way. And the reason why I say that is that if another team happens to go on and win the league this season, I don't think you can diminish that achievement just because of the way Sundowns have become now. And I've obviously spoken about their standards having dropped, and which their standards have dropped. Stats and numbers will sort of show you that. And even performance of play, when you watch them, it will show you this is not the Sundowns that we're sort of used to. But you can't diminish if another team wins the league title because of that. That you can't definitely do. And when I say that, Leicester City winning the Premier League in the season that they won it, you can't say, but that league title doesn't count because City was not at their best and Arsenal was not at their best and Manchester United was not at their best. You can't diminish that. You can't diminish the trophies, for example, Orlando Pirates have won within the Cups just because Chiefs were not Cup specialists anymore. Because Chiefs had the title at some point where they were Cup specialists, and when their standards dropped, now it's like, oh no, but Paris, you didn't compete really for these cups when Chiefs was at their best. You can't be saying that. You can't be diminishing the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns' 8 league titles, they won them when there were times where Orlando Pirates and Chiefs dropped the standards. You can't be saying that, oh yeah, but Wits left. That's why you winning the league title like this. You can't sort of diminish sort of those achievements in terms of the fact that Mamelodi Sundowns are crippled as well. And another thing as well is the Orlando Pirates that's competing for the league now. Guys, this Orlando Pirates didn't arrive yesterday. I hope people know that. This Orlando Pirates didn't arrive yesterday. It's a matter over time. And if you've been watching South African football, Orlando Pirates built up to this moment. They built up to this moment. They've been grafting to this moment. It didn't just happen like this. They built up to this moment. It's not easy. It's absolutely not easy. And one thing I like that Tego Modise said the one time, and it's always stuck with me, was the fact that other teams have raised their game, but Mamelodi Sundowns have stayed stagnant. And for Mamelodi Sundowns to have keep on doing that, they were going to have to always keep on raising their standards. But also, you can't take away what teams have done recently in recent time. You can't take away what Stellenbosch have done in the past couple of years. You can't take away the fact that TS Galaxy, and in terms of the way that they're improving players and they're developing players and they're sort of trying to raise their game, you can't take those things away just because now we're going to put the tagline and say, but Mamelodi Sundowns, they crippled at this current moment. Another thing is that when Mamelodi Sundowns was winning, I just want to make this clear. When Mamelodi Sundowns was winning or still winning and league champions now, and they won the 8 league titles in a row, I went on to a point that it actually changed in my mind where I said, no, but we have to start questioning the other teams. Why are you guys okay with 40-something points? Why are you guys okay with this set amount of goals? Why are you guys okay with not trying to win stuff? And I started to question other teams. And instead of just looking at Mamelodi Sundowns, because I knew what Mamelodi Sundowns' objective was, and the objective was always that to sort of compete in Africa and always remain at the top with regards to South African football. So you have to question. I question the standards of the other teams, and the one thing I would say is the correct question to ask or the correct question to say is not Mamelodi Sundowns is crippled, but to say Sundowns, what happened to your standards? What's going on over there? What's happening over there? Because the stats are showing that it's gone down. That's the correct question to ask, or the correct thing to probably would say. And always you gotta remember, Sunderland's on the top is on the top at the moment. It's on the top in terms of like league titles, right? Do you think they waited for other teams? Do you think they waited for other teams to come right? Do you think in the time when they were winning 8 league titles and CAF Champions League, do you think they waited for other teams? Oh no, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. These teams are not ready yet. These teams are not. Nah, they were ruthless. They were ruthless. They went and they won what they needed to win at that particular time. So what I'm basically saying to other teams is, if it happens that Mamelodi Sundowns is crippled, guys, go on, hit, just keep hitting, don't stop hitting, because when it was their time, it was their time. And guess what? It's not even over yet. It's not even over yet because Mamelodi Sundowns can still win the league. They still can. And if someone wants to ask me who's favorites to win the league, I probably would say Sundowns still edges it a little bit, but that's because they have the know-how and they've got 8 league titles, right? But man, I gotta tell you now, man, this Orlando Pirates side didn't come yesterday, guys. I didn't start yesterday. So if you're coming now and you're seeing all of this and you're like, nah, it didn't start yesterday. This started a long time ago. That's for sure. So it's not over yet. Mamelodi Sundowns can still win the league, no doubt about it. But let's not, I personally, me, I don't know about you, I personally won't diminish any team's success because other people have dropped standards. It's almost like this thing, yeah, Arsenal, that's happening now. They're all trying to say, oh, the league is boring and all that stuff. Like, nah, bro. Hey, Arsenal, win it your set pieces, bro. Win it your set pieces, because 20 years from now, they're not going to look back and say, oh, yeah, it's because that season, people were not up to standard. But to end it off, I will say, it's his opinion, and I absolutely respect it. I just wanted to share mine in the sense of to say, for me personally, I will not diminish any team if they happen to go win the league. If we have a different league winner this season, I will not diminish that achievement because it is hard. It is absolutely hard, guys. But let me know what you guys think. That's for sure. Let me know what you guys think. So, Orlando Pirates haven't won the league since 2012. Chiefs haven't won the league since 2015. The last team to win the league is not even around anymore, outside of Sundowns. The last team that won the league outside of Sundowns is not even around anymore. It's not easy. It's not easy, Sway. But let me know what you guys think. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let's rock and roll. Hope you have a good day too. And like, subscribe, comment.